So one of the reasons that I get the opportunity to have conversations like this is because the last couple of decades I've got to do some pretty scary, crazy, awesome things. A few years ago, me, my wife, my 3-year-old, my black lab named Panda, we decided to sell our house, sell all of our belongings, buy an RV, and travel the country and go on a 1-year RV trip to find the meaning of life. Many of you might have seen that my background is in film production. I'm a film director and producer, as well as the speaking and the workshopping that I do and marketing consulting. And so we were actually filming and hosting a 9-episode documentary series called Finding Us, which was our journey to find the meaning of life. So we did 29 states in 12 months, and we got to do like the most amazing things you can imagine. We lived in the most beautiful places in the country. We got to do from motorsports to hiking and swimming and waterfalls and all those, YOLO, live life to the fullest things. We got to experience all of those. We got to meet amazing people, fellow nomads and strangers and other people living around the country in very different lifestyles. And we got to learn a lot, but it wasn't just a live life to the fullest adventure we were doing. It was truly an existential journey to find the truths of this life, to know how to act and how to live this life to the fullest. And so we shot interviews with over 125 strangers on the streets, from homeless people to, again, other travelers and nomads who were living alternative life, and asking them the deepest questions about life. And then we got to speak to what I call the professional interviews, where we were interviewing philosophers, scholars, scientists, historians, religious leaders and thinkers, and asking them really, really deep questions. And there were 7 basic questions or topics that each episode was based on. And the first one was worldview, or how is it that we view the world? How is it that we view the world as individuals, and how do we view it differently? The second was epistemology, or the study of knowledge. How can we know anything at all, and how can we know how to live life to the fullest? How can we know if something is true or something is false? The next topic we were studying and interviewing people on was cosmology, the origins of the universe. Then we were interviewing people on life, on biology, what it means to be alive, what it means to live, and what it means to die. Our next episode after that was on social relationships. Why is it that we care about other people? Why is it that we need or don't need other people, and what it's like to relate? We were interviewing sociologists and anthropologists. And then second to last, we were interviewing people on morality. Does good and evil exist, and if so, in what capacity, and is it universal? And then finally, and we won't talk much about this final subject today, but was spiritual conversations of talking about the afterlife and talking about truth and talking about who we are. Now, it was really exciting and awesome what we got to experience. I mean, we were living life to the absolute fullest. We were traveling, we were meeting all these amazing people, we were having these really deep, beautiful conversations, but it was also a really exhausting journey. We were learning how to live RV life. We were filming every second of our lives with our camera teams to film this documentary series. I had a 3-year-old and a dog with me. We were blowing out tires on the side of Highway 10 in Texas, and having to defend ourselves against people who we thought was stealing our truck, and a lot of crazy things happened. And then on top of all of that, this deep journey for truth by interviewing all these individuals and having all these conversations. So I told my beautiful wife, Ashley, I said, man, babe, after this, I gotta digest kind of what has just happened. And now the 1-year RV trip for the TV series was a small portion of my personal journey. My entire existence, especially, starting in my late teens, early 20s, as I started to ask these really deep questions and read the ancient texts and read the philosophy books and studying these things, this was the climax or the culmination in this television series that I got to be a part of. So I told my wife I need to go get some rest, and that ended up being me jumping in my truck, driving into the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, and living by myself in the woods for 40 days straight. Now, this entire journey that I was on and have been on and continue to be on, I learned a lot of things, but there was one really, really huge thing that stuck out, and it's what I call the better than principle.